I have a question for you guys. So there's this girl I like. Her name is Dua Lipa. Do you guys think I have a shot with Dua Lipa? Yeah, I think I do, because she's like into Latinos, and I look like Pablo Escobar if he was a feminist. So I think I do have a shot. One thing about being Latino and being white a white Latino is it's really hard. It's the hardest thing ever. It's like being the opposite of Hannah Montana. It's the worst of both worlds. Because I can't dance. I can't call you papi. It just sounds weird. But I'm also Latino, so I'm also poor. So I think the worst thing is people have these prejudices. They think that you must be like the son of a narco, the son of a dictator, or what's even worse, you must be Argentinian. It's the worst. It's really like, so it's a very conservative place. I went to an all-boys school growing up, which is like microdosing prison. And it was a Catholic school, so we had to pray at the start of every class. It was like, Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre, venga a nosotros tu reino, amén. And I think that's why I like hip-hop so much now. And if you read the Bible, really, like Jesus, he was the greatest rapper to ever do it. Like all his phrases, everything he said was just a straight-up bar. Like at the Last Supper, one of you will betray me. Like the last thing he said before he died was like, forgive them, Father, because they don't know what they're doing. Pa, 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 pa. Jesus was really the OG, the original God. But I know so much about the Bible because it's all we're ever taught. I know all the misterios gozosos, misterios sagrados, misterios dolorosos. And people here, they don't really care about them. So I feel like that one friend who's really into Marvel, all the time is saying like, actually, in the original version, Jesus didn't say that. They don't care. I know so much, but the one thing I don't get is why they made Jesus Christ so hot. Like the first thing you see when you step into a church is like his Tinder profile picture. It's like Jesus hanging out like this, looking at you from above with that perfect hair, those perfect abs. And you know he would die for you. You know he would die for you. There you have like Brad Pitt, Timothy Chalamet, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Yeah, I want to nail Jesus again, is what I'm saying. Is what I'm saying. Yeah. So I'm actually I'm from a country called Ecuador. Which, yeah. Are you from Ecuador? Thank you for your support. You might know it because the Galapagos, the Equatorial Line, it's cocaine. Again, Pablo Escobar if he drank oat milk. But right now, we're facing like a really sad situation. We're facing like a really big crisis because the gangs have taken over the countries. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of killing. But the thing is, the two main gangs, they're called Los Lobos y Los Tigres, which in English means the wolves and the tigers. And that's basically the plot of High School Musical. Do you know how sad it is trying to buy cocaine and just Troy Bolton shows up like, we're all in this together. So my country is basically like a musical from the 1960s. It's like Grease or West Side Story where the two guys just show up like, well, what do we have here? Isn't those losers from the wolves? I thought I told you boys not to sell cocaine in tiger territory. Arr. It's a really sad situation, guys. Please don't laugh at my country. Anyways, do you guys think I'm cool? Yeah. No, but I mean, like, if you saw me walking down the street and I just started doing it like, would you guys think I'm cool? Yeah. If I just like, I'm just obsessed with being cool. Like, I want to be this level of coolness where if I'm walking down Las Ramblas, they say to my friends, marijuana, marijuana, and they look at me and say, cocaína. That's how cool I want to be. And if you think about it, being cool, you just have to stop doing things. Like vegans, very cool, they stop eating animal products. People who buy vintage clothing, very cool. They stop buying new stuff. People who are into polyamory, they just stop being happy. And I think the new thing is people, they're gonna stop fucking. You're gonna run into people who go like, I'm actually a non-fucker. All of that fucking business doesn't really align with my values. Do you know how dangerous it is to have sex? Anyways, so Dua Lipa. She comes to Barcelona a lot, so I think we'll eventually meet at one of those parties. A man with no experience would immediately go up and say, Dua Lipa, I love your subs. I would just go into a corner and be like, and she would be going inside like, who is this mystery man? I have to have him. We'll start talking. I'll add her to close friends. Do you know you can add anybody to close friends on Instagram? I had Messi for 2 years. He never replied to a single of my stories. Anyway, thank you guys so much. That's been my time. My name is Ricardo. Good luck for